Unfortunately, I have a caveat. No, this is still under investigation, and we do not want to preempt or telegraph our actions about it. And in fact, there's a Senate hearing, but I would be willing to answer certain questions, but not directly on what has been done. We are looking at it, and we have yet to receive the response of Cebu Pacific about this issue. And but we can discuss about overbooking, and things like that.
All right,
But
Carmelo.
about the action taken, we have yet to really look into it. We have asked Cebu Pacific to manifest their side of the story, and we have yet to receive it. I guess by Monday we will be having that response
All right.
already.
Mr. Arcilla, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's not preempt that, but let's talk about overbooking practices. As Senator Binay has said, this is standard industry practice, but we believe the limit is usually set at 5%. Is this true? And what else or what other info or FYIs can you give us when it comes to overbooking by airlines?
I think when we talk of overbooking, we have to discuss the what it not apart from what it is all about. What would be the value in terms of for the airlines in terms of revenue? So overbooking is selling seats beyond the limit of the configuration of the aircraft. No, so for example, if you have 100 seats available in your aircraft and you sell 110, that's overbooking. And what is the reason for overbooking? The reason is uh, you study your algorithms and you discover that on the average, 10% of people who are confirmed passengers do not show up. These are called no-show passengers, no? So these no-show passengers, if they pay a rebooking fee or penalty, they can get another seat. But that seat that is not occupied for that particular flight is perishable, meaning that you lose it altogether, no? So that's lost revenue. And if you overbook and then you estimate that 10% is about no show, or about 10% is no show, then you're able to more or less fill your plane. And for whose benefit? No, the benefit is two-pronged. It's not only the benefit of the airlines in terms of generating more revenue, but also for the entire passengers of or what do you call this, the passengers of that aircraft, because when aircraft is full, then the airline is able to distribute the cost of operating an aircraft to a bigger number of passengers. In so doing, the airline is able to reduce unit cost. So it works both ways. And I think one of the critical questions would be, is it to the interest of the airlines to abuse overbooking? For example, I know that the normal no show is about 10%, then I will book 20%. So that's like getting a hammer and smashing your head with that hammer, no? Because when um, when the passengers exceed the number of seats, that's trouble for the airlines.
That's true. It
Because
does have.
under the
Oh,
rules, the airlines have to offer compensation to those that will be offloaded, and under the rules, they have to sweeten the pot, so to speak. They have to offer certain compensation like free tickets, round trip tickets, hotels, and so forth and so on, until there is a volunteer. No, uh, when there's no volunteer, then there is a some kind of priority rules. No, for example, those who booked ahead, I mean, those who came ahead, things like that. So it is not to the interest of an airline to abuse
Tama
overbooking
po kayo, sir,
because
no?
we stand to
Director,
lose.
since you're already talking about the rights of passengers, what sanctions could airlines possibly face apart from compensating the passengers who got offloaded? What other sanctions could they face?
Well, in terms of the sanction will set in if there is an abuse, as we have mentioned earlier, if there's an abuse of overbooking, then sanctions would be in order. But to our mind, overbooking is self-limiting in the sense, as I explained earlier, that it is not to the best interest of the airline to overbook beyond their estimate figure because it will be a headache for them because they offload people, they have to compensate for them. They have to pay for their tickets, and over and above the value of the tickets, they have to provide them compensation to convince them to agree to offloading. So, but if there is an abuse, then there is a provision for that. I mean, um, if an airline abuses its right because it's a public service undertaking, then we can come in. We usually penalize airlines if there is an abuse of privileges or abuse of the rules, no. But as I explained, there is this issue of whether an airline would intentionally overbook
Right.
when in fact
It's not in
there
your best
is
interest to do
a what
so.
we
Yeah.
call during in recent months we have been experiencing a dearth in seats,
Right. Right.
meaning that because of the supply chain issues